Hello, this is Spaceship Mechanic Michael, and I like a hamburger with extra cheese. Oh, and a soda, please.
Michael,
What?
that's not how this works.
What do you mean?
This isn't for lunch orders.
What is it for then?
I don't know, like important science stuff.
Important science stuff? I mean, my food is pretty important, right?
Hi, this is Captain Melissa reporting my first daily log of this mission here in space, Llama Labs. We just got here yesterday and have been working hard at getting everything ready to start building the spaceship that will send the first llama ever to space. The crew and I will be logging in daily with our progress. We have a pretty great crew. Gear engineer Gabby and spaceship mechanic Michael.
Hello, this is Gear Engineer Gabby, logging in my first daily log here in the Space Llama Labs. Let me bring you up to speed. It's gonna take a lot of initiative to get Bruce the llama to space, but if there's ever a crew to do it, it's this one. The days are long here, so the crew members and I have been finding ways to have some fun, and lately, we've been loving this game, so I'm gonna log it in here.
Hey, this is Spaceship Mechanic Michael. Wait a minute, is this thing working? Oh gosh, I hope I don't have anything in my teeth.
Michael, it's on.
Oh, of course it is. Duh. Well, welcome to my daily vlog, where I get to tell you the exciting things that are happening here. Now, we've already started on building the ship that will take Bruce the llama to space. And at first, things were going nice and smooth until it was time to install the engine boosters. Let's address what happened. It took some time to get started.
Gabby used the boxes that the engine boosters were in to take naps in. And Melissa, she kept trying to see how high she could stack them. I couldn't believe it. Like, why wouldn't they just take the initiative to get working on the spaceship? Anyways, eventually we all got started and began installing the engine boosters when Melissa accidentally turned all the knobs up instead of down. And I was the only one that saw her do it. I knew that couldn't be the right way since the spaceship manuals instruct us otherwise, but I didn't want to upset Melissa or make her feel embarrassed. So I let it be. I mean, I think it'll be fine. And maybe Gabby will notice and she can say something to Melissa. I mean, really, what's the worst that can happen, right?
What's the worst that can happen? What was he talking about? Oh, it better not be about me taking naps. It was just a quick nap. Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
I heard you say what's the worst that can happen? Is something wrong? Are they implementing new rules about taking naps at work?
Let's go over here. So, the thing is, I saw Melissa turn all the engine booster knobs up instead of down.
Oh, man.
That can't be good, right?
Absolutely. Bruce will fly right out if she doesn't fix it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to tell her. I don't want to embarrass her. I mean, after all, she is the captain of this mission. You should tell her. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, come on. It's Melissa. It's okay.
You saw her do it. Why don't you check with the master guide and see what you should do? You saw her. It should be you.
Fine.
Okay, let's check what the master guide says.
Hello, welcome to the Master Guide. It seems you are looking for advice on what to do. Well, look no further. The Master Guide will help you find your way. Uploading file 176AGZ.
Inspired by the book of Nehemiah, chapters 1 and 2.
Over and over, the Israelites promised to be faithful to God. But over and over again, they turned away from him. At last, God allowed enemy armies to take his people captive and carry them off to Babylon, nearly 1,000 miles away. After 70 years, God allowed some of his people to return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. But back in Babylon, now part of Persia, the rest of the Jews had made lives for themselves. In fact, a Jew named Nehemiah had become quite important.
Greetings. I am cupbearer to the king.
A cupbearer was like a bodyguard, who checked to make sure that no one poisoned the king's food or drink. Nehemiah was likely a trusted advisor.
Your Majesty, may I suggest the date pudding?
But though it was nearly 150 years since the Israelites had left Jerusalem, Nehemiah's heart was still in his homeland. When his brother Hanani returned from his trip to Judah, Nehemiah had a chance for some news.
Brother, how are the people left in Jerusalem?
Some are still alive, but they're having a hard time.
Oh no.
The wall of Jerusalem is broken down. The gates have been burned with fire. People are ashamed.
That's terrible.
A city without walls could never prosper. The people would always live in fear of being attacked.
I'm sorry to bring such bad news.
No, I'm glad you told me.
Dismayed, Nehemiah sat down and wept. He couldn't even eat for several days. Instead, he poured his heart out to God.
Lord, you are a great and wonderful God. See how your people are suffering. Please listen to me. I'm praying for the people of Israel. We Israelites have committed sins against you. We haven't obeyed the commands you gave to Moses.
Nehemiah reminded God of the promise he made to his people.
You said, if you people are not faithful, I will scatter you among the nations. But if you return to me, I will bring you back. Lord, please pay careful attention to my prayer. Give me success when I bring my request to King Artaxerxes.
For 4 whole months, Nehemiah prayed daily to God. He knew before taking action, he needed to listen and prepare. At last, he was ready.
Your Majesty.
Anyone who came before the king was supposed to appear happy. But for the first time, Nehemiah allowed his true feelings to show.
Oh, why are you looking so sad?
May you live forever? Why shouldn't I look sad? The city of my people has been destroyed, and fire has burned up its gates.
The king could have been annoyed and ordered Nehemiah to be punished. But God moved his heart.
Well, what do you want?
Nehemiah prayed silently for the right words.
Send me to Judah. Let me go to the city of Jerusalem. I want to rebuild it.
The king frowned and glanced over at the queen. At last he said,
How long will your journey take? When will you get back?
Precisely as many moons as are required.
Fair enough. Dismissed.
Nehemiah turned to leave, but he knew there was more he needed for the job.
If it pleases you, may I take some letters with me? I want to give them to the governors west of the Euphrates River. Then they'll help me to travel safely.
Done.
Oh, and a letter to the caretaker of the royal park? So he'll give me logs for the wall and gates and a house?
What next? A whole escort of army officers and horsemen?
That would be fantastic.
Fine. All of it. Get on with it.
God had given Nehemiah such favor with the king that he had everything he needed for his long journey to Judah. At last, Nehemiah had reached the city he dreamt of his entire life.
Jerusalem.
Though Nehemiah was overjoyed by the first glimpse of the city, it must have been difficult to see its crumbling, broken down walls.
So much work to be done.
But Nehemiah didn't tell anyone his plan at first. On a bright moonlit night, Nehemiah snuck out with only a few others to see the full damage to the walls.
We have to know what we're up against.
Nehemiah traveled by donkey. With a few trusted friends, they left the city through the broken valley gate.
Let's head toward the Jackal Well.
At last, Nehemiah got a clear picture of the devastation. Jagged piles of rock lay everywhere. The gates were gone, with scorched, gaping holes in their place.
It's such a big job. Only God can do this.
Nehemiah circled what was left of the wall, heading up the Kidron Valley and at last returning through the valley gate. The next morning, he called together the priests and nobles and officials.
You know, I've come to visit my people in Jerusalem, but that's not the only reason I'm here.
Nehemiah gestured to the jagged remains of the wall, visible from where they stood.
You can see the trouble we're in. Jerusalem has been destroyed. Fire has burned up its gates.
Tell us something new.
Come on. Let's rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. Then people won't be ashamed anymore.
Well, I mean, that's something to consider if you think about this.
Our grandparents tried that years ago.
But God has been helping me. He gave me favor with the king. He'll help us complete the work. So who's in?
Well, me. I'm in.
Me too.
Let's start rebuilding!
God moved the hearts of the people to help Nehemiah, and together they began the gigantic job of repairing the walls and gates of Jerusalem.
Nehemiah saw that something was wrong and decided to take initiative and fix it, even if it was going to cost him and he would have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, he didn't wait for the king to tell him to work on the wall, but he knew that the best way to show God's love to others was by taking initiative and rebuilding the wall. I mean, I guess I shouldn't wait for someone else to do what needs to be done, right? And Gabby's right. It should be me to tell Melissa that she made a mistake.
Mechanical engineer Michael, you have unlocked the bottom line for today. Don't wait for someone else to do what needs to be done.
Wow, cool. Wait, what does that mean?
That means you will have access to the top-level programming code, which will give your team the next instructions to building the ship.
Hey-o! Okay, but I need to take care of something first. And I don't mean like going to the bathroom. I should do it like Nehemiah did and take initiative by telling Melissa about the knobs.
Who is Melissa?
Don't worry about it. Melissa?
Yeah.
Do you have a quick second? It'll be like a minute.
I needed to check something with Gabby, but sure.
It's okay. It'll be really quick, I promise. Listen, so I noticed that earlier you turned all the engine booster knobs up instead of down. I think that's a mistake, right? We should fix it.
Yes, you are. Wow. I can't believe I did that. Wow, I must have been just rushing and I made a mistake. Thank you.
You aren't mad?
Mad? No. Can you imagine if you didn't tell me? That would have been a disaster. Oh, you're such a good team player. Good job. I'm gonna fix that now. But you know what? If you're headed that way, can you check to see if Gabby checked her tools out?
Yeah, sure.
All right, yeah. Thanks.
That turned better than I thought.
Oh, it's Michael passing by. Let me ask him how it went. Michael, hey, how did it go with Melissa?
Hey-o. Actually it went great. She was very thankful that I took initiative like Nehemiah did.
Aw, that's awesome, Michael. By the way, it looks like you have a pending task. Look here.
In order to get the next step in building the spaceship, we will need to crack the code of the memory verse.
Cool. Let's see what it is.
Memory verse. Work at everything you do with all your heart. Work as if you were working for the Lord. Colossians 3:23a. Fill in the blanks before they disappear. 3, 2, 1. Everything, all, work, 4. Lord. 23. Challenge complete.
All right, access code for the next step in building the spaceship has been acquired.
Right.
Oh, wait, there's one more thing pending.
Your love is devoted, like a ring of solid gold, like a vow that's been tested, like a covenant of old. And your love is enduring through the winter rain and beyond the horizon, with mercy for today. Faithful you have been, and faithful you will be. You pledge yourself to me, and that's why I sing your praise. Ever be something to say and it will be heard. I made up my mind, not afraid to show. That's right, gonna leave the past behind, gonna let the whole world know I am who God says I am. Let me tell you now, I am who God says I am. I am forgiven, I am a winner, I have been chosen. Jesus, I am yours. Jesus, I am yours. Forever. Jesus, I am yours. Forever. I am. Jesus, I am yours. Woo! I belong to the one who saved me. I belong to the one who gave his life. So I will take my place. I will stand and say, Jesus, I am yours. I am who God says I am. I am who God says I am. Let's go. I am who God says I am. 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 I am forgiven. I am a winner. I have been chosen. Jesus, I am yours. Jesus, I am yours. I belong to the one who saved me. I belong to the one who gave his life. So I will take my place. I will stand and say, Jesus, I am yours. I belong to the one who saved me. I belong to the one who gave his life. So I will take my place. I will stand and say, Jesus, I am who God says I am. 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 You know I am who God says I am. I am who God says I am.
I am really glad Michael took the initiative to let me know that I had made a mistake. It happens once a year. Now, it's true. Bruce would have flown right out. Imagine a llama floating in space. Anyways, day 1 has been great so far. I am going to my pod to rest of it. Daily log complete.
Hello, my name is Space Reporter Roxy, and I'm here in our Space Llama Labs, reporting live as the countdown begins to send Bruce into space. Now, our spaceship engineers have been working hard, but as you can see, we don't want to leave our kids out of the fun. Here is how you can have some galactic fun. This month's challenge is to complete 6 out of the 7 challenges to win an astronomically awesome prize. You can get these at the campus you attend or by visiting cfmiami.org/parents. Now your challenge is to watch all 4 of the CF Kids Space Llama Lab episodes this month. Memorize your memory verse and invite a friend to church or watch online with your family to complete the mission.
This month's family mission is Love Gives Thanksgiving Edition. We will show love to our community by providing food for Thanksgiving. Grab a paper bag and fill it with a can of cranberry sauce, 2 boxes of mashed potatoes, 1 box of stuffing mix, 2 cans of corn, 1 can of gravy, 2 boxes of mac and cheese, 1 bag of crispy onions, and 2 cans of mushroom soup. And the most important thing, an encouraging note.
Now, if you complete those challenges, some of our kids will get this exclusive llama puppet in their mystery prize. And that's all we have for this week's report of the Galactic News.